Hello, and a very warm welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast.
So, but I was gonna say something about the weekend. Uh Pep's got to talk to Ederson. He's making some head scratching moves in the on the box and right outside the box that it's against a good team. And no offense to Fulham, but against a good team, you're gonna pay. Honestly, it feels like, and X may disagree with me. It feels sort of like when Mendy started making those mistakes. Like he was so great, he was shot stopper, and then he started making some gaffes along the way. And at first he didn't pay for him, but then they started to kind of snowball on him. And Ederson had one this weekend where I'm like, he was lucky that he missed that guy's foot right inside the box. I mean, he made a great play by getting his hand on the ball, but man,
It was a close one.
It was close.
Off.
I
he
agree
had
with
called
you.
him off the ball, and he ran into
Yeah.
Diaz, which
Right.
is why that happened.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Patrick. It's like even with like he really does, because when games start getting tight on you, when the manager goes from, okay, we're going to beat these guys, 3-4, we're going to pour it on them, to this is going to be a 1-0. This is going to be a grind. This team's going to compete with us. We need to capitalize our chances because each of us might get 6. And you have a keeper like Mendy, and then he gives up 1, which towards the end of Tuchel, it was 1-0, 2-1, 2-0.
Snowballs.
Like, the game's real tight. And when the game's tight and your keeper makes a dumb mistake, that's how you're going to lose a one-off in a final. Like, that's how you lose to the Milan.
Lucky they have Julian Alvarez to come on when De Bruyne.
Oh my gosh!
Before we do that, I do want to make a comment on Ederson because I've seen several pundits talk about this, and it's true. For that first goal, now that City hadn't played direct like that, so that Stones plays the long ball to Haaland, and Pep was yelling at him because that wasn't the play, because he was supposed to, and they broke it down because
Ederson ran over to him. I remember
right,
that.
because he ran over to him when he didn't even celebrate the goal. He ran over to him to tell him what he did wrong, because he was actually supposed to play that ball to Rodri, and Rodri was supposed to play it to Stones. And because he played it to Stones, where Stones met pressure right away, Stones played it long. And I mean, because they got used to playing the ball longer or whatever, because they've been incorporated. When they played Arsenal last time, they started doing it a little bit because of that, because of the press. So again, it's just learning from Arsenal. So I'm respecting them for that. But so Stones played that ball. But again, we're talking about Stones, who's having a hell of a second half of a season.
I was about to say, honestly, the City squad really changed when Stones came back from that injury, got completely healthy. Stones has been, bro,
he's a damn midfielder now.
I would buy, right. He's a he plays everywhere now. He plays defense, he plays midfield. I would buy that. He's a Maldini. I would buy that man so fast from you guys. He had a hell of a game. He had a hell of a game.
Never.
He had a chance at him.
He had a hell of a game against.
I do want to mention one thing. Although it was the worst birthday present that I could possibly receive, I did receive a ton of hospitality. Shout out to the Austin Gooners, who invited me to the tavern to watch the game. And yes, it was horrific and traumatizing, but I was surrounded by it's probably 100, 200 Arsenal fans.
It was a mutual, yeah.
It was a ton of fun. I will mention
Misery loves company.
Yeah, exactly.
There was this Tottenham fan sat right in front of me the whole game.
No,
He was friends with another dude that was there, and I don't know why he thought that he would be safe in there, but when it was 3-0, he took a video of us all being sad, and I was like, hey man, you better cherish that.
You're gonna
Yeah.
And then Liverpool steal it from him. That's karma. Whoever you are, that's karma.
Oh, I'll take that.
I'll take that.
Well, to jump on Patrick's point about, or it might have been you, Jake, about Alvarez. Alvarez is something else, man. But the thing about him was him playing with Messi really made it. So I've always respected Messi. Messi, one of the greatest in the world. I don't think he should win the Ballon d'Or this year just for winning the World Cup and the Farmers League. That doesn't count to me. But what he learned from him and his capacity to play with someone and understand, hey, this guy is better than me. Let me play with him and fit where I fit. Shows a humility that he knows how to play with De Bruyne. He knows how to play with Haaland. And he says, you know what? I'm not going to start right now, but I'm going to show you that I need to play. Because early podcasts, if you remember, I said, hey, if you played Alvarez and Foden with Haaland in the middle, freaking insane. And if you ever play them again where they're in form, it'll be scary. But I agree, Alvarez, and I mean he played pretty decently in that role in the game this weekend, and that goal he scored.
Yep.
Fantastic. He just doesn't control games the way. I mean, who does though? Who does? Who is?
I
No.
think it's because he's small and he's a true 10. He's not really like a box to box guy like De Bruyne.
Yeah. And that's but that's what I'm saying is that's kind of where y'all's success is having De Bruyne or Silva even come back and connect with Rodri and Stones when they come into the middle and come and get the ball a bit deeper. Alvarez likes making those more forward-esque runs, which is why he popped up in such good space there for that absolute ice beam.
That was like a scoop shot or something. When I went back and watched it, it's like he was scooping it up. Like
It was
he was
great.
insane.
That was like literally 30 seconds before I had texted you about how Alvarez ain't no Kevin De Bruyne, and then he's like, oh yeah,
I heard you.
yeah, oh my god.
The funny thing is that thinking of the Chelsea Champions League, the last one they won, and De Bruyne went out. I still stand by it. De Bruyne not being in the game really affected it. Does it change the result? I don't know, but I think it's a more competitive game if he plays the whole game. And the fact they had no one who could do what he did was a big issue. And this year, him not being there, having someone like Alvarez who can do something close to what he does is super important. And it gives the team that confidence because, for example, he apologized. He made a mistake in the game, and he apologized to the whole team for making the mistake. And it just shows that this guy has been getting accolades. He won like the South American, whatever the confederation is, player of the year.
Commonwealth.
Right. He won their Champions League last year. And I mean, he's a young player and all that stuff. He probably will get nominated. Don't know if he has enough games in him for like Golden Boy or whatever because of his age. And just the nomination is enough. You can see there's a Aguero, Messi like thing in him. And I hope he continues to have that sort of humility and enjoy. It looks like he enjoys playing with stars. It looks like he loves it. So
yeah, who doesn't?
He's what Dybala was supposed to be.
yes.
Right. Yeah. Did you think that perhaps there was a hangover because of
absolutely. They're tired. They were tired. They looked tired.
how emotionally high they had to be and how much they gave for 90 minutes against Fulham? Because Fulham, like I said, they came for it. They weren't messing around at home.
But they invigorated them. I think they prefer to play teams that play like that.
Yeah.
Because you saw Haaland was wide awake for it. He loves games like that. I mean, we joke about him being a Viking, but this guy, he loves it. Even though I don't know if you guys knew that that the Saturday game was the anniversary of his agent dying, and so he after he scored the goal, there's a video of him. He was crying, and he signed a jersey, and he was like it was for him, and so him tying the record. Well, on the anniversary of his agent who got him paid, and probably was one of his friends, means something,
That's big. That's big for sure.
Also, can we say that there's another mode to Holland? It's hair down mode.
Yeah. Is that like surfer dude mode? Like, is he just going full beach bum?
I don't know. I feel like it's like.
I think that's his berserker mode. Like
the Super Saiyan, more like Super Saiyan mode.
Yeah, that's what I was. Mode. Yeah, it's like that, or like Samson. He lets down his hair and he turns into even a bigger freak.
If I ever, dude, I'm just waiting for there to be a lightning strike in the middle.
In the middle of a game where he scored. No, he hits the ball and thunder cracks at the same time, and it's a goal. ESPN would lose their
Oh,
ever-loving mind. Oh man, we'd see that video for years.
The studio at NBC would just
They call
everybody's
they call Kaká the god of thunder. No, it would immediately get shifted to Holland and it would be
good
played
grief.
amongst every TV. But I will say these last couple City outings and even in this Arsenal game, like I'm a winger, I love wingers. Like I don't want to be a Jack Grealish fan, but I like.
Oh, he's
Jack.
played well. No,
I like
I
Jack
hated him early, but
Grealish.
he plays well.
Like
he's
I
up.
like him. Like I like what he does. I like the deployment that he has. Like, hey, I'm gonna dink and dink around the ball. I'm a little bit quicker than you. I'm gonna make a move, and you're gonna foul me. Ha ha! I'm gonna get in your face about it.
because he's got some Diego Costa about him.
No, like I'm like, and I hate it. I don't want to like Jack Grealish.
He was ready to take on Tete this weekend.
Right,
too.
right. That's what I'm saying. He's got some dog in him now. Are you kidding me? He's got some dog in him.
It's because he knows he has a literal Viking giant.
Literal
Up.
giant.
This is true.
And I don't want to be, like I said, I don't want to be, but he's really been like, I'll put a pin. Like when he plays for the English squad, I will be a Jack Grealish fan.
There you go. There you go.
It's funny
Finally
because
played up to his potential at City.
Right. He's finally filling that role that they really bought him for. Like he's worth 100 mil. Not anyway, we won't get into that.
well, but it's just weird because the reason that I think he didn't seem right is because first he played on the wing and he just doesn't look like a winger, right? He just doesn't play that way, and so you see a lot of hold up play, but you don't see the ball advancing around him, and you don't see shots coming from him. You don't see crosses.
Right.
Like he didn't do things that traditional wingers did. He would attack you, get fouled, and I mean that's fine. But like
He comes back. Like he comes
and he does
back.
track back. He does. Him and Bernardo Silva do very similar things. Bernardo's just better at it. Like Bernardo has more to his game than Grealish does. But no, I like him too. I mean, I like him. He still gets on my nerves every now and then.
That's him. That's Jack Grealish, though.
On everyone's nerves.
That's the brackets.
Even the City fans. He even gets on your nerves, yeah. So what are we thinking looking ahead? Wednesday, you host West Ham, team that's perhaps fighting for their lives.
Smash.
I don't see much. I don't see them offering much. Maybe a Declan Rice screamer to make it 6-1 for City.
They keep Rice from scoring. That way they can buy him for a cheaper in the summer.
Not with the English tax.
No,
Yeah, that was the English tax.
that's true. So, West Ham have not beaten City in 5 tries. That's no surprise there. It's
Yeah,
about
they're gonna make it 6
for everyone. Did you catch West Ham's last game versus Crystal Palace? That was crazy. That game was nuts, and they really gave it a battle. But City ain't Crystal Palace. I'll tell you that.
Nope.
That Roy ball's only gonna get you so far.
I mean, yeah, they're doing all right, Crystal Palace. But do we got a prediction? Well, you've already sent me yours.
Yeah, I said, what did I say? 3-1? Yeah, 3-1.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh, X.
What?
These are makeup games, so they're not listed. Hold on.
Oh yeah, the makeup games are not gonna be. I haven't. Yeah.
They're not in your thing. Hold on one second. So, what did you say? Somebody gave me one. Go ahead and say it again.
Lewis.
I had 3-1.
3-1 to the Citizens. I'm imagining.
I'm gonna go 4-0.
Just want to make sure. Oh goodness.
City.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're at home.
Smash.
Lewis, you're the most conservative of picking your own team.
I mean, it's sometimes. No, wait a minute. For the picks, I did pick one with a bunch of goals. So I mean, I normally don't pick
just for the City, the Manchester City picks. You're always conservative.
Well, because you never know when they're gonna like beat somebody in the face. Like for the Arsenal game, what did I say? I said 2-1. I think I said
2-1. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I expected them to win. I wanted them to win, but I expected Arsenal to have a little more. I didn't expect, and it wasn't anything against them. Just City came at them and took them serious, and they went down their throats.
What'd you think of Patrick?
I'm gonna go 4-1. City always gives up a goal, so we'll go 4-1.
That's fair.
Garrett
Old,
Bowen with the goal.
old
There we
Roy's
go.
gonna come on and score a goal.
Now that these predictions are getting a little bit closer, I might have to
Told
look.
you too much time, too many games.
I
Patrick hits 80 points this week.
get out of here. I'm going 3-0 to the Hammers. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. And if you are absolutely praying to the Norse gods, the Hindu god, all the gods, that Declan Rice gets 4 goals and there's a miracle, go ahead and smash up the likes. For his 50 likes for Holland's 50 goals. Subscribe to the channel and go ahead and get that notification bell on. We'll be back really, really soon.